So first of all, I want to thank you for being here. When we think about the economy and the way things are moving in IoT right now, one of the most precious commodities is time. And I know that you are all giving a lot of your precious time today to be here with us. And we hope we pay that back many times in a dividend of quicker time to market and the things you'll learn here today. So as Jack said, I am very, very excited to always talk about IoT. We've been in the IoT business forever, before it was called IoT, really even before it was called M2M. And I think at this point in time, I want to reflect a little bit when I talk about in this space. You know, we've been at Telit. As Jack said, we started this as the DeviceWise Summit, the DeviceWise Developers Conference. And in 2013, I got on the stage at a conference. It was kind of the Telit DevCon, and the first time iOS and DeviceWise got together. And they says, you know, tell us about Telit. As an outsider in 2013, tell us about Telit. And my comment then was, it's great to have a parent company, a partner that adds value, that gets the industry, that is 100% focused on enabling our customer success, and most importantly, that are passionate about this industry. So we're not competing with our customers, we're enabling our customers. We're doing all we can to make you and your customers successful, because we thrive on your success. We earn our keep by making everyone in this room excited, successful, and productive. So this is a great opportunity. And again, you guys are hopefully going to walk away with a tremendous amount of knowledge, some new questions answered, and probably some new ideas formed. Now, Telit has been in this business forever. Telit thinks about the world of IoT as an end-to-end solution space. You have to integrate assets. We have a hardware portfolio. You have to connect assets. We have a connectivity portfolio. You have to make use of that information. In doing that through what we call our platforms business, allows that information to move from the assets through the network and ultimately to a place where value can be created. And what we're finding, and the reason we're here today, is one of our most important deliveries or deliverables to you and the ecosystem of partners and customers out there is what we have come to call IoT Know-How. Because for a lot of our customers, they might be in the asset business, the telematics business. They might build, might build cars. They might build trackers. They might build toys. They might build bikes. They might build SUVs and sport utility vehicles. At the end of the day, they aren't necessarily the experts on some of these technology pillars. We want them to focus on their business, and we want to help them through this, what sometimes can seem confusing layer of IoT. So when we think about our module portfolio, we have an enormous range of technologies from 2G, 3G, 4G, LTE, working through narrowband and some of the new technologies coming out of the mainstream carriers, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all kinds of technologies, because it's a network of networks that connect things. From our connectivity business, we have global reach with our connectivity solutions. Not only do we take and bundle up and resell and provide data plans, but we provide a layer of intelligence on top of those data plans. We want our customers to know if something is maybe running a little high in its consumption. We want to be able to balance and what I'll call manage bandwidth economics. So giving tools to people to be able to do the right thing with those technologies is key. From a platform point of view, it's all about making data available and actionable. It's not just bits and bytes off of the thing. It's a lot of data that has to get converted to information, that gets converted to knowledge, that ultimately creates, wisdom and action. That's ultimately what people talk about. If you've heard me speak ever before, I usually say, why do IoT? If you can't make money, if you can't save money, and I always say stay out of jail, which I mean really compliance, there's no reason to do this, right? The whole concept is, how do I accelerate business? How do I change the model? How do I create customer intimacy? And being able to move that information to multiple destinations where value can be created is what we do with our IoT platforms business. And finally, I talked about knowledge and know-how. We want to be your trusted advisor. Think of us as a partner. Think of us as a friend. Think of us as somebody who is probably wanting you to succeed as bad as you want to succeed. It's about passion. It's about making it work. It's about making IoT real. We have succeeded in the marketplace of creating lots of excitement and hype. As Jack said, 4 or 5 years ago, it was hard to fill a room. 3 years ago, people started coming. Everybody was doing RFIs. And then they'd wait and they'd do another RFI. And then they'd wait and they'd do another RFI. Right now, people are all about getting it done. And they want to go fast. And what we want to happen today is giving the ability for you to take and share some of your experiences with your colleagues. Let us share some of our experiences with you. And as Jack said, let's ask the questions. Let's figure out how to make it work. So IoT know-how is key. Now, many of you know Telit, some of you might not. Telit is, I like to refer to, and I think I'm accurate. You can fact check me. This isn't fake news. I think we're probably the largest publicly traded, exclusively focused IoT company out there, right? A lot of companies might say we do $1 billion in IoT. We've got this big R&D budget, but they're part of a big, big company, and they're doing a fraction of their business, maybe in IoT. We have made multiple acquisitions over the course of the last several years. We service most commercially viable countries. We have over 1,000 people that are focused on IoT. We have 6,500 customers that have succeeded with us and created some type of an asset or service using Telit. It's the smallest, most international company you could ever imagine. I originally worked for IBM, International Business Machines. The international meant nothing in comparison to Telit because you're in the silo of the Americas, or you work in Germany, or you work somewhere else. We can be at dinner at Telit and have 6 or 7 languages being spoken. So no matter where you do business, Telit has someone there that can help, because IoT is not a regional business. IoT is a global opportunity. The idea of bringing a team to bear to solve these problems is key. We are awesome at device to data model, from instrumentation, modules, connectivity, and all that stuff that we call smart plumbing sometimes, all that stuff that makes IoT work. But we're not the big data analytics guys. We're not the killer mobile app developers. We're not the subject matter experts in most of your businesses. So together with our IoT expertise and your subject matter expertise, and the help of some great ecosystems and partners, we can get to the end faster. And then finally, as I said, it's about end-to-end solutions. I think IoT had really did have a bad rap about it's too hard. There's way too many vendors. There's way too much technology. And it's impeding progress, because if I make tennis shoes, I probably don't have a person on staff that knows wireless technologies. I probably don't have a person on staff that knows big data. I probably don't have a person on staff that knows how to negotiate a commercial contract with an operator, right? I might make textiles. I might do something different. So being able to bring those pieces and parts, not just the technologies, but the expertise to help navigate through that and to be kind of a one-stop shop is what we're really trying to achieve. Now, today, what I think is interesting is some of the best stuff we have in line for you are some key speakers. They're not just going to talk to you about what Telit does. They're going to talk to you about what they do with Telit, right? Last year, we had a gentleman come up and speak, Jason Hallstrom. And if you were here last year, he was off the charts great. He was so great that we had to bring him back again this year. He is a unique individual. He's the most commercially savvy academic I've ever met. He's the iSense director at FAU, which we've done a little collaboration with in the past. And his history dates back to the early days of Telit before we ever knew him. He was building sensors for river monitoring way before he ever moved to Boca Raton when he was up at Clemson, right? But he's a great guy. Then we're going to move into something out of academics. We're going to move higher into what I'll call the volume space. How do we do big volumes? We've got a gentleman here from Flex, formerly Flextronics, and everybody still says Flextronics, but the rebranding from Flex. And he's going to talk about doing stuff at scale and where they're headed with IoT and how they're working with ourselves and Intel and others to make this a reality. And then we've got some great tracks. So pay attention to your agenda, ask questions, engage, enjoy yourselves while you're here, please, and try to network as much as you can, exchange experiences, ask the tough questions, and let's make money together. Thank you so much.